guys, today I'm going to do a review on my travel bag. So I'm going to do a couple of board game reviews, hopefully really quickly, because these are just tiny little games that come out of one of my little travel bags that I grab when we're going to go to the doctor's office and I need the boys to play quietly, or if we're going to go to a restaurant and I like to pull out a little game at the table while we're waiting for our food that we can engage in together. So before I get into the games real quick, I'm just going to show you some of the other items that I like to keep in my travel bag. This is a 60-piece puzzle of the United States. This is an extra set of edition flashcards. This is a solo game called Dog Pile, where you can, it's one of those games, you know, where they give you the little grid and you have to make, there's lots of games out there like this, where they give you a pattern and you have to stack the little animals or shapes, whatever that game is. In this case, it's little dogs. Oh, so there's all these little dog pieces in there. And then you have maps that you have to fill out. So it's a problem-solving spatial game, and they like that. And then we have a couple more little puzzles that I got that I just put in little baggies. And this is a pretty cool fidget toy. Got this on Amazon. It's a fidget spinner, but you can bend the arms and make all kinds of shapes with it. This is a good car toy also. So those are some things from the travel bag, the fun game bag. Now getting into some of the games. The first one I want to review for you, no, I'll save this for last because this is my favorite. So we'll hold on to that for a second. Let's talk about the Spot It games. I have here, this is Spot It Shapes and Numbers, or Numbers and Shapes. And the Spot It game is where you have to slap down cards and grab it when you find the match. So it's a quick thinking recognition game. I have no problem with this from a Christian standpoint because it's literally just shapes and numbers. There's a pile in the middle and then you flip cards and you're trying to match, and whoever gets them first wins. Games that are speed-based can be a little frustrating for kids because one child does tend to be faster at those than the other. But this one can work okay. It's a little bit noisy, a little bit boisterous, but for some of the appointments we have, they're able to sit on the floor in a corner of the room and they can do this and it's not bothering anybody. Well, we have another version of Spot It, and I don't know, the cover looks like this. I don't know if this is Spot It original or what one this is. This was given to us as a gift. And this one I do take an issue with. I don't care for the ghost. I don't care for the, this little hand. It was on the main cover. I'm not sure this little hand with the eye in it. Could definitely live without that. The clown is okay, but he's got a slightly creepy-ish clown look. So he's not my favorite. Then we've got, this one has the ghost again, a dragon, and a dinosaur. And I'm okay with dinosaurs, and I'm actually somewhat okay with dragons. This one doesn't bother me too much, but I don't like the ghost. Not a fan of skull and crossbones, so we could do without that. And again, it's the dragon and this little hand thing. So this is a game I would not have chosen, and I'm going to probably remove it. Those are just images they just don't need to fixate their precious little eyes on. So moving on now to the two other games that we like to do, and these I like a lot. This is a tiny, tiny little dice game, and it is called Dino Dice Game. Very straightforward. This is the packaging. It's super small and easy to take with you. This is a game that would be, I guess, along the lines of Yahtzee. It's where you're going to roll, it's a press your luck game where you're going to roll these die that have numbers and dinosaurs on them, and you're trying to get as many points as you can. There's combinations of how you would get points, similar to a typical card game or a Yahtzee game where you're trying to get, like, I think a full house or multiples. And then if you roll a certain dinosaur, it's the T-Rex, and then he like wipes out your roll and you get nothing. So that's really simple and easy to play. the way the math works in this game is it's too hard for my boys at age 6 and 8 to add up in their head. So to play this game and to travel with it, I would recommend a notepad, I would recommend a calculator, and of course a pen. But they love it, and this is really fun. It's fun for me to play too, as long as you're in a setting where you don't mind the rolling of the dice, if that isn't going to be a distraction on your table. This one can be really good for a restaurant. Keep the dice off the floor if you can. And last but not least is my favorite, Animal Upon Animal. And this is a miniature version. The box just fits here in my hands. Small and yet great, made in Germany. This is a abstract stacking game. There is a die to roll that tells you how many animals you have to stack, or if you choose or your opponent chooses. It is only a 2-player game, but with the 3 of us, it's worked out fine because we just take turns watching each other and the games go really quick. It has cute little wooden animals. In here, the base is your alligator. And then we've got kangaroo, duck, butterfly, and polar bear, and hedgehog, and frog. So they're realistic looking, nice quality wooden pieces, very lightweight, very easy to play at a table in a restaurant, which we have done many, many times. So I would definitely recommend this game as well. So from a Christian standpoint, yes, I do take an issue when animals are doing things in games that are unrealistic that they wouldn't do in real life. This one, I'm not going to be too hard-nosed on this. I mean, this is silly. Yeah, you're stacking animals that would normally never be stacked on top of each other. But I'm going to say this is a go-ahead. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 from a Christian standpoint. And I think I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5, or at least a 4.5 out of 5 for it being fun. For what it's worth, it's not a game. I mean, there's a large regular size version of this game that I don't own, so I can't speak to how that is for playing at home on a table. That's probably fun too, or on the floor. I think the regular size game, the pieces are obviously larger, but I think there's also more of them, so the game goes a little bit longer. But this works really well for when you're just out and about and you've put an order in at a restaurant, you're waiting for your food to come. It's been awesome. So that's Animal Upon Animal by HABA, and that is Dino dice game. And my thoughts on the 2 versions of Spot It that I own. Spot It is a good, solid game for kids. There are many versions out there. These are the only 2 that I have that I can comment on. So I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I wish you many enjoyable moments with your children. Fun and learning can be all wrapped up in one with board games, especially board games on the go. I get compliments on how well behaved my kids are oftentimes when we go to doctor's appointments, and I'll tell you, I don't ever give them the phone or the tablet. Never do I give them those things. When we're in doctor's offices, sometimes they have books on a table and I will read them those books, or I will get out things from my purse, like a hairbrush that has a mirror on it, or for a while I had a little mini tape measure that I was carrying around with me. And those are the things that they do, and they're expected to sit still when they're in an appointment. So thank you for watching, and God bless.